Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our respected lecturer, Madam Aziana binti Muhammad Malum, and my fellow classmates. So, today, me, Siti Aisyah binti Saleh, and my group mates would like to present our assignment 2, which will need us to explain about issues and challenges in Islamic social finance that related to the country that we have chosen, which is our own country, Malaysia. Okay, for this presentation, there are 6 sections, and I will start first with giving some overview about the Islamic social finance. Then, my group mates will explain in more details about the other sections. Okay, to be informed, Islamic finance was designed at the birth of Islam, which is the objective is to balance the wealth in society and to stop economic exploitation. It is also known as Sharia compliant finance and economics, which consists of the extensive and sophisticated system that will only exist in Islam. Okay, for your information, the term Islamic social finance refers to modes of finance that are rooted in Islamic ethics and intended for social benefit. The Islamic social finance sector comprises Islamic institutions based on philanthropy. For example, like Zakat, that is an obligatory charity. The second one is Sedekah, as for voluntary charity, and Wakaf, that also known as endowment. Besides, in terms of cooperation, it is consists of Qard, which is a loan, and Takaful, that also known as insurance. Moreover, Islamic social finance also includes social investment through sukuk, that also called as bonds, and non-profit Islamic microfinance organization that aim to lessen poverty by providing Qard Hasan, whereas an interest-free loans. All these instruments are used to provide education and healthcare, develop infrastructure, and maintain social welfare provision for the poor and destitute. In addition, as Islamic finance is focused on achieving common welfare, which it prohibits any exploitative activities such as financial speculation, that also known in Arabic as maisir, which is investing at great risk in the hope that it will gain value. Other prohibited activities is interest, or called as riba, which is when the individuals increasing the price higher than their worth, and contractual ambiguity, that known as gharar.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURRUL Elisha binti Zainal from ZBA 242-4B. I will present on the development of Islamic banking in Malaysia. Firstly is the pre-independence Islamic muamalat transaction. Secondly is the establishment of tabung haji, and followed by the establishment of Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, and lastly we will look on the Islamic banking regulation body. In pre-independence, Islamic muamalat transaction on free riba trades were practiced in Malaysia since 16th century. It is proven that farmers in several states have practiced free riba transaction, such as in Kedah, Perlis, North Perak, and Kelantan. Malay population has rejected the lending-based model managed by the Chetty. Instead, Malays use free riba transaction al-bay al-wafa. Al-bay al-wafa is a sale between two parties with the condition that seller can buy back the item at the end of mutually agreed upon term. By practicing this transaction, Muslim can avoid from engaging in riba transaction. The second part of Islamic banking development is the establishment of tabung haji. Professor Diraja Unku Abdul Aziz bin Unku Abdul Hamid is the founder of Pilgrims Management and Fund Board, Lembaga Urusan Tabung Haji LUTH. LUTH was established on 30 September 1963 and governed by the Tabung Haji Act 1995, Act 535. The establishment goals is to enable the Muslims to systematically save their money to cover the pilgrimage expenses and engage in Sharia compliance capital financing in corporate, commercial, plantation, and real estate. As we can see on the screen, in 1963, Prospective Hajj Pilgrims Saving Corporation was set up and named as Lembaga Urusan Tabung Haji LUTH. Later in 1965, the name was changed to Lembaga Tabung Haji LTH. Lembaga Tabung Haji was merged to strengthen its role in managing the savings and Hajj management, and now it is known as Tabung Haji. Moreover, in 1980, the Bumi Putra Economic Congress accepted the proposal to the government to permit the Lembaga Utusan Tabung Haji to establish an Islamic bank to collect and invest the Muslim money in the halal and profitable investment. The Bumi Putra Economic Congress has led to the establishment of Bank Islam Malaysia as the first Islamic bank in Malaysia. Bank Islam Malaysia was introduced as a systematic process to implement a proper Islamic financial system in Malaysia. The first phase of the establishment of Islamic Bank is the period of familiarization during 1983 to 1992. It was formed on 1st March 1983 as a company under Companies Act 1965. The initial phase of Malaysia Islamic banking system implementation was the formation of BIMB and the development of many Islamic financial institutions in Malaysia. There are two essential principles deemed by the National Steering Committee. First is usury is prohibited, therefore Islamic banking use profit and loss sharing mechanism as alternative. Second principle is Islamic bank must avoid any action that is harmful to Muslim interests. If they fail to do so, it will be regarded as an exploitation of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala wealth and trusted. And lastly, the fourth part is the Islamic Banking Regulation Body. Islamic banks is regulated by Bank Negara Malaysia under the Islamic Bank Act 1983. Now, there are 16 Islamic bank established in Malaysia. The banks are CIMB Islamic Bank Berhad, Maybank Islamic Bank Berhad, OCBC Al-Amin Bank Berhad, Standard Chartered Sadiq Berhad, Kuwait Finance House Malaysia Berhad, and lastly, Alliance Islamic Bank Berhad.
Now, I would like to proceed with my topic, which is the implementation of Islamic social finance in Malaysia. Islamic finance was designed at the birth of Islam to balance the wealth in society and to stop economic exploitation. Now, I would like to talk about the Zakat. Zakat is one of the 5 pillars in Islam. Paying the Zakat is to guarantee the achievement of socio-economic impartiality and justice. The implementation of Zakat in Malaysia have 3 components, which is Zakat institution, Zakat collection and Zakat distribution. Zakat institution have 2 important roles, which are collecting the Zakat and distribute Zakat funds to the needy and poor people. Now, I would like to talk about Wakaf. Wakaf involved in donating a fixed asset which can produce a financial return or provide a benefit. The implementation Wakaf system in Malaysia regulated by several laws like Federal Constitution 1957 and other constitutions that related to Wakaf administration. Wakaf in Malaysia solely controlled by SIRC or State Islamic Religious Council. SIRC as the sole trustee is because to ensure that the Wakaf is properly administered and efficiently managed. Now I would like to talk about the microfinance. Relief provides complete microfinance solution to help small-scale business grow and thrive. Utilizing the Islamic principle like Qard Hasan, Murabah, and Mudarabah, microfinance provide people with the power to create opportunity for themselves and others. For example, Bank Islam offer a financing facility to micro, small, medium enterprise in more feasible way.
The next topic is issue that relate to zakat in Malaysia.
Next, we are going to discuss specific topic that we chose in Islamic social finance, which is zakat. Zakat is one of the 5 pillars of Islam which has been obligatory by Allah to each and every Muslim to carry out. According to basic idea of zakat, the zakat institution must first be created on a well-organized manner inside Muslim community. The zakat institution should be under the responsibility of the Muslim government. Zakat institutions are responsible for not only collecting zakat but also distributing zakat funds to zakat recipients known as asnaf. So the issue that we wanted to highlight is the inefficiency of zakat distribution to the zakat recipient. Zakat institution cannot trace the monthly recipient of zakat efficiently. Even in this day and age of computer technology, this happens because it is challenging to get much detailed information about the potential recipients, especially those who live deep in the village. Furthermore, the list of recipients is not updated regularly since some of the recipients are already dead or have moved to another place. All of these issues contribute to problems in selection process of recipients, as well as why some unqualified recipients enjoy the monthly zakat. Finally, since there is no one best measure to identify whether the recipients give true information, this disrupts the zakat institution's process to distribute the zakat efficiently. We must continually ask why this is not possible in our current technology-driven society to track this information efficiently. The second issue that we chose is the prospective payer, which lack of awareness to pay zakat. The transformation in the administration of zakat could be done by improving the ability of zakat collection centers to identify not only those who should pay zakat but also to trace down the prospective zakat payers. According to a report made by Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Persekutuan in 2019 shows that although the number of Muslims who live in Selangor is approximately 3.25 million, the number of zakat payers is only around 244,406. For this purpose, the authority needs to change the method of collecting zakat from waiting at the counters to proactively organizing briefing sessions on the importance of zakat to students, to public and private sector workers, and to police and soldiers in training. This initiative may raise awareness among prospective payers to fulfill their religious obligation in the future.
So today, I would like to talk about challenges of Islamic social finance in Malaysia. Firstly, management issue associated with tabung haji. Since the years 2016, there were few financial and management issue associated with tabung haji that tarnish its reputation as the first Islamic financial institution in Malaysia, resulting in the loss of public confidence. Following this, Tabung Haji has announced that 3,954 depositors closed their account after losing confidence in Tabung Haji. And as a result, 3,105 depositors lost their eligibility to perform the Hajj. The reputation of Tabung Haji became more severe at the end of the year 2018 when the new management of Tabung Haji announced the misrepresentation of financial statement for the years 2017, mainly on the overstate profit and asset position, which lead to the declaration of a high amount. Second, management of zakat. In a Muslim majority country like Malaysia, where not only is zakat collected regularly, but with multiple zakat Buddhists managing zakat, the issue of poverty remain. This indicate possible flaws in zakat management system whereby there is a lag between collection and distribution of zakat. However, there are complaints made by the public that zakat did not reach the target group due to lack of publicity by the authority or lack of knowledge on the other part of the community. This shows that zakat in Malaysia need to improve social justice and fair financial affairs. Lastly, musyarakah and mudarabah financing. Musyarakah and mudarabah financing could be classified as high-risk investment in Malaysia. This concept of financing are difficult to be implemented due to their high probability of failure. As a result of various factors such as the entrepreneur's lack of skills and experience in doing business can cause the Islamic bank to have to replace the depositor money if loss occur. In any musyarakah and mudarabah financing, all risks should be analysed comprehensively as to minimize risk.
Okay, to be concluded, Islamic finance was created to balance the riches and economic exploitation of society at the time of Islam's inception. For example, like zakat, that is an obligatory charity, sedekah as for voluntary charity, and wakaf, that also known as endowment. All these instruments are used to provide education and healthcare, which is to maintain social welfare provision for the poor and destitute. Moreover, zakat is one of the 5 pillars in Islam where it can be assumed as the obligation for those who admitted they are the believer and hold a faith only to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Zakat is the way of giving away a specific amount of wealth somehow with certain settings and requirements to those who recognize as al-mustahiqin, which is beneficiaries, and then the maqasid, that is purpose of paying the zakat is to guarantee the achievement of socio-economic impartiality and justice. Other than that, the appointment of SIRC as the sole trustee of wakaf property is to ensure that wakaf is properly administered and efficiently managed so that it can generate substantial profits and revenue that could be used by the beneficiaries to fund any charitable work. Utilizing the Islamic principle of interest-free credit, that is Qard Hasan, credit sales murabaha and investment mudarabah, microfinance provides people with the power to create opportunities for themselves and others. In Malaysia, the Zakat administration institution is generally under control of each state's legislature. However, since year 2016, there were few financial and management issues associated with tabung haji that tarnish its reputation as the first Islamic financial institution in Malaysia, which may result on the loss of public confidence.
That's all from all of us. Thank you.